Hola, buenos tardes. Hey everybody, it's a nice day to do some shooting today. It's calm, a little breezy, maybe 75, 80 degrees, decent humidity, but not too bad. After seeing the Wound channel shoot that engine block with M80A1 and M80A1, I figured I'd give another go around with our cement blocks today. So I've got some M80A1, our standard 22-inch M1A. We're at 25 feet. We have our cement block, and then behind that we have a piece of drywall, and then another cement block, and then some wood behind it as a just to prop it up. We stuck a patio brick on top with a water jug, so if we don't get full pass through, which I don't think we will, but we're trying to capture fragments of this round and see what it looks like after trying to pass through two sides of this concrete. Heck, who knows, maybe it'll go through both sides. We've got one round loaded up. This stuff is pretty hard to come by. We actually had to buy these as components and load them. If you saw my previous video of the RMA armament versus the 300 Win Mag, we shot one of these at the end. We got right around 30 feet per second out of these, so that's very appropriate for a 130 grain projectile. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's go down and see what we did. Well, there's not much left of the left side of this brick here. Typical results, usually with the 308 and heavier rounds, we blow chunks of the brick around there. Here's the back side of the block, damage extending everywhere. Our concrete block on top is intact, that's a good thing. Now this is where it gets interesting. Any of the other tests that I've done where I've put a piece of board or something behind it to try to see if it makes it through both sides, you never really see any damage to the board. I haven't been able to find the steel tip yet, because most of this is all concrete debris. But here's some of the copper base, the copper slug behind the steel penetrating tip. Now check this out. What do you see there? I see a hole in that drywall. About the size of that steel penetrator, don't you? Huh. Interesting. Now here's the concrete block behind it. There's just a little tiny divot there. There's some drywall material there. So you know, I think it made it through both sides. There's some copper and other fragments in the debris in the cavity on the block. I really don't want to because I don't have a whole lot of these, but let's set up for a second shot and we'll put some milk jugs behind the block and see what happens. Let's get set back up. Alright, to make sure that we can make this shot as fair as possible, I have a brand new concrete block. Behind the concrete block is the same drywall rotated to the side that hasn't been hit, and then there are milk jugs behind it. Got the patio block on top as well, 25 feet. We'll take another shot. Forgive the train in the background, he's a jerk, and he's always around when I'm out here shooting videos. Let's go take a look. Here's our block. Did some pretty good damage to it as always. It fell on the ground because I offset it a little bit to try to catch more of the debris. As far as our milk jug goes, there's a dent there, but there's no penetration into the jug. The drywall's right here. Put a heck of a dent in there. It looks like something poked through. I don't see anything in there though. Hard to say. Maybe AIM Research and the Wound Channel can do something together to where they can do some high-speed footage of these concrete blocks, you know, off to the side here, far enough back, keep the camera out of danger, and see how much of the bullet actually penetrates through some of this stuff. I mean, I have to believe that based on the damage that we're seeing on the other side of this concrete block and the stuff that we're putting behind it, part of the bullet's actually going through. Whether it's that steel tip or not, I don't know. Now on the ground off to the right, here's some chunks that I found. This is the actual back side of it that went through. Some other pieces of it. And I actually found the steel penetrating tip. It doesn't look deformed very much either. That's amazing. It's bent a little bit, but it was laying down there on the ground down here. The milk jug damage looks like it was going that way, so I wonder maybe if the copper slug is making it through and doing the damage to the drywall based on what we saw on the first one. I mean, this one was laying down there next to those other pieces of the block, so maybe it pushes through and penetrates and then just kind of falls off to the side. I don't know, but cool. I really like when I can find the steel on these things. As always, thanks again for watching, everybody, and until next time, take it easy.